Okay, so we have a motorboat and Isaac on the motorboat, and they are moving along, okay, until Isaac is going to jump off. Okay, so let's see. Once again, don't be intimidated by my art, but here is the motorboat, and here is Isaac. All right, they are stuck together before, which should give you a hint as to what type of equation this is. All right, afterwards, Isaac jumps forward. Okay? So, we're going to have to figure out if this boat is going to move forward also or if the boat's going to move backwards. All right, so let's assign some values here. So, 300 kilograms, that is the boat. So, 300 kg, that will be the boat. All right? They're moving together. I guess I wasn't finished with my picture here because my velocity, they're moving together before. The 0.5 will be here. All right, that's our velocity. Okay, so that that is not the velocity of one or the other. It's a velocity stuck together. So we're going to put that as a v by itself, 0.5 meters per second. Okay, Isaac will have a mass, so that will be mass 2, and that is 62 kilograms. All righty. Isaac jumps off, and so we are going to have v2 primed, which is Isaac's velocity here, all right, is 3 meters per second. So that is going to be 3 meters per second. Okay? We do not know v1 primed. That is what we're looking for. So what type of event is this? Well, they're stuck together before. They're separate afterwards. That is recoil. So we need our recoil equation, m1 plus m2 stuck together before times v is equal to m1 v1 primed plus m2 v2 primed. Okay? And this is a rare occasion where the recoil problem is not going to be 0 before. It's not a cannon sitting still, but it's a boat moving along. So I've done a bunch of these where I plug the numbers in, but really you should practice moving letters around first without numbers. I hate moving numbers around first. I did it for you, okay? But now I can't do it any longer. So we need v1 primed. We need to solve for this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is subtract m2 v2 primed from both sides. Okay. Oh, that's not squared. That's a primed. All right. So we have m1 plus m2 in parentheses times v minus m2 v2 primed is equal to m1 v1 primed. Now I need to divide both sides by m1. That looks really ugly, doesn't it? It's okay. It'll be all right. So now let's plug in our numbers. I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. So let's plug in. So we have m1 plus m2. So we have 300 plus 62 times our v, which was 0.5, minus m2, which was again 62, times, and I'm not going to do parentheses for my multiplication right now, just so we don't mix those up in our calculator. Okay, 62 times our v2 primed, which was 3, all divided by m1, which was 300. All righty. So let's see what we got here. I can just say that's 300 plus 62. I know that one. That's 362. So I'm going to just say 362. That way I don't get stuck with some ugly parentheses. I already have to use parentheses when I divide everything. So, all right, because I'm really going to have parentheses here. So I have, in parentheses, 362 times 0.5 minus 62 times 3, close parentheses. Yep, divided by 300. And I get an answer of negative 0.0167 meters per second. So think about that direction. I said this direction here is positive and that direction there is positive. That means the other direction, okay, the boat is going to be going backwards just slightly, but it's going to have a tiny, tiny negative velocity of that.